Right, so we're going to head off to
Salisbury itself.
Yeah, New Salisbury. Well, Salisbury, yeah. Okay.
That's right.
City centre. Got the bunting out for us. Hopefully we'll pick up some signs for car parking soon. It's a very attractive square. Brown Street Car Park West. £1.90 till 4 o'clock, so that's alright. Bit of a shopping centre. A bit more of the older quarter here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Modern shopping centre in there.
There's an old archway up there.
The archway, yeah. And you've got the archway here as well. It's a medieval hall and Salisbury Museum and a military museum. I don't think you're going to find, unless there's a cafe. Well, it's quite something, that is. Yeah, cheese and tomato baguette, pot of tea.
Me. Food.
Food for the dogs. Cathedral behind. Skies look a bit threatening. Quite an impressive building. We're wondering if these two will be allowed in. Probably not. There's the cathedral somewhere in the background. And get your head in there. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just starting to spit a little bit. It's incredible, isn't it? When was this built? 12,
20, wasn't it?
1220.
I think there's a service going on.
Yeah, I think probably won't be able to go in, but can admire the architecture at least, can't we? There's definitely something going on in there.
Yeah.
There we are. Tickets give access for a whole year. So adults £9 in advance, £10 walk up. Okay. Well behaved dogs on leads welcome.
So, oh yeah, it does, doesn't it?
There we are.
Classifies well behaved.
Debatable. We can walk the Cloisters, can't we? There's a load of crosses from military cemeteries. Killed at the Battle of the Somme. Died of wounds in Cairo. Died at Port Said.
Somebody
1917.
there from the Hearts Regiment, that
Was there?
first one back there, yeah, Captain somebody.
Australian Imperial Force. Parts of the original central column of the chapter house, complete with a pigeon nest.
Lovely.
Quite stunning. There's a shop and refectory here. A lot of these plaques seem to be markers for people who are buried in the centre here, in the Cloisters. There seem to be some flagstones in there. Right, in we go. It's quite something. Everything's so
High up
tall,
there, isn't it?
Yeah, wow.
Okay, so 20 kilometres outside.
Look at that. Quite incredible. It's all got a medieval clock. And a picture of it being built. Oh, that's great, isn't it? Medieval clock mechanism. The pulleys go all the way up there. Wow. Good grief. Oh, it's difficult to take it all in, isn't it? This tapestry is called The Agony of the Car Park. I thought it was suitable for me, really.
Yeah, you know, we keep coming up against King Richard II. Didn't we have that name somewhere? Was it a Peveril Castle? St John de
Montacute. Yeah,
That is him.
that's him. Okay. Fought
Died
at
in
Cressy.
1389.
Yeah, fought at Cressy and Poitiers.
Yeah.
Later steward to King Richard II. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was in Bodiam.
And also Porchester
Porchester, yeah.
and at Peveril.
Okay. It's definitely me there, isn't it? I don't know what's going on here. That's expulsion from number 8 Eden Close, it's called. Great, look at the pipes there. Chapel of St Michael the Archangel, used as a place of prayer for peace for all those caught up in war. That's It's a book from the Cathedral Library, 4 Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke and John from the New Testament, dated 1100. This is the Chapel of St. Lawrence. He was a deacon or minister of Rome in the 3rd century, lived during a time of persecution, and tradition has it he was burned alive on a gridiron, which explains the design of the altar frontal on this chapter. So in 1915 they flooded cathedral. It's described as a large still pool from which the pillars rose and which they threw onto their reflections. So it flooded in 1915.
This was the first person to be buried here.
William Longest Spee.
He was called that because it means long sword.
Okay.
And he was very tall and had skill in battle.
Okay. Is that him here?
Yeah. He's the first person to be buried here.
All right.
He met a bit of a horrible end.
Was he murdered? He died suddenly after sharing a meal with Herbert de Vere, one of the most powerful men in England. At the same time, some people thought he'd been murdered. When the tomb was opened many years later, this dead rat was found inside his skull. And the rat contained arsenic poison, so perhaps the stories were true.
Oof.
Osmond, second Bishop of Salisbury, who completed the building of the first cathedral in 1092, died in 1099, and when the present cathedral was built, his remains were brought from Old Sarum and interned in the Trinity chapter. The slab may have been part of his shrine, which was built after he was made a saint in 1457.
Wow.
Oh, good grief, that's a bit gory, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah.
Grief. Back at the nave and the west doors. That's some door, isn't it? Got a lock on it. Well, even looking up there, but
I know.
so just 4 of the original 40 Magna Cartas written in 1215 are surviving. Salisbury Magna Carta displayed here is the best preserved. Of the other 3, 1 is owned by Lincoln Cathedral and kept at Lincoln Castle, and 2 are kept by the British Library in London. Unfortunately, well, look, we can't show it, but there is a picture of it round here which we'll show you. But my impression is that it's very difficult to read. King John ruled as a tyrant in the eyes of his rebellious barons and the church. After 16 years, they finally forced John to the negotiating table at Runnymede, near Windsor. On the 15th of June 1215, the king reluctantly agreed to the barons' demands, and the resultant document became the Magna Carta, Latin for the Great Charter. Yeah, so that's what it looks like. And there's obviously a picture of it. And it says that this is a translation here of the original 1215 document. It conveys a sense rather than the exact wording of the original Latin. 4 of its clauses highlighted are still part of English law today. 3 of these established fundamental freedoms. Many of its other clauses address more specific matters of dispute between King John and his barons. No free man shall be seized and imprisoned, stripped of his rights or possessions, or outlawed or exiled, or deprived of his standing in any other way, nor will we proceed with force against him or send others to do so, except by the lawful judgment of his equals by the law of the land.
That one.
No constable or other royal officials to take corn or movable goods from any man without immediate payment unless the seller voluntarily offers postponement of this. Amazing. All about how it was written on animal skin, stretched animal skin called parchment. The Magna Carta parchment is made from sheepskin. One reason it's so well preserved is parchment is much more durable than paper.
Now this is about how they made the ink.
Yeah, it says hair was removed from the skin by soaking it in water with mineral lime. Loose bits of flesh were scraped off. The skin was soaked again before being stretched and left to dry. The whole process was smelly and messy. It was inked with an oak gall, a lump formed when a wasp lays its eggs in a leaf bud of an oak tree, boiled with iron salts to produce ink. Wow.
Then you'd write on that.
They said, what if you made a mistake? He said you could scrape off a thin layer of parchment with a knife to correct mistakes. How much did it cost? He said it was very expensive. A single sheet probably cost as much as a ploughman's wages for 2 weeks.
Oh.
Explains why handwriting was kept small and there was very little space left on a page. It was sealed. A metal die was pressed into wax to create an impression. The seal would be attached to a document using a cord or tag. Magna Carta and many other important medieval documents have been kept at the cathedral for centuries. Royal charters, property records, accounts, receipts, letters, minutes, essential to the administration and the wealth of the church. Most of the documents in here are lifted from the monument room. There's the stone from the old cathedral, Old Sarum. We started this morning.
It's the best preserved of the 4 originals.
Yeah.
Brought to Sarum near Salisbury by Eli's of Durham.
That's where we were. Oh well, happy that I've seen that. Very happy. Yep. And I think
that's it from Salisbury, isn't it?
I think it's that. That's it from this tour, I think. I think we'll leave on a high.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching and we'll catch you soon.
Yeah, bye then.